Hello, everybody. It's been a while since I've been on a live. I just thought I would. Good. By the way, if you are on here, please comment your name and where you are from in the chat. And any questions you have, also feel free to leave them in the chat throughout because I love this time to get to know everybody, especially since there's been a lot of new people on recently on my YouTube channel. So I thought that I would spend some time getting to know everybody who's new and let you know that I have some content that's brand new that's about to launch and I'm very excited for it. But for now, I just wanted to get on here, answer some questions, whatever you may have. Maybe it's advice, style. I also wanted to talk about kind of a routine and how to really get the best life. That's what the topic of this live session is kind of my morning and I guess throughout the day routine that I do in order to stay kind of on my toes to make sure that I'm the best possible version. Also, another thing, maybe I should go live on Instagram or something. I haven't been on live on Instagram in a very, very long time. So let me figure out how to do that really quick. And yeah, so introduce yourself, well, don't introduce, but introduce yourself. Let me know where you're from and any questions as I do this. Okay, so any questions that I get from any of my platforms, I'm going to answer them. Let me just wait a few more seconds for a few people to be on here. Okay, so I am in my studio room right now. I've been filming content. I have been working on, my business and also a lot of videos. So that's been really fun. And that's why I love these lives. So let's talk about a kind of a way to get your best life, how to get on track, how to get on schedule. And that is, I believe, putting yourself in the right mindset all the time. So I'm going to share my routine and what I do for this. So essentially, I have a criteria that I do to make sure I'm kind of elevated all the time. And that starts with my morning because I think a lot of people kind of wake up and the first thing they do is they check their cell phone. And a lot of the time, the cell phone maybe doesn't have the best news, right? It has emails, it has work-related things, school-related things, maybe kind of other situations with friends, and I feel like that really clutters your mind with other people's problems before you even had a chance to deal with your own situations, whatever your goals are, your plans. So I really like to set myself plans for the next day and then accomplish them, obviously. And it's hard to do that when you are kind of focusing your time around other people. So that's what I try to avoid. I don't look at my cell phone as the first thing, but I have 3 things that I do before I even get to that level. And the first thing is I like to meditate. Now, people do this throughout the day and I love doing it throughout the day as well. But for me, I like to do it first thing in the morning. And that is literally as soon as I wake up, because actually studies show that if you are kind of in that sleepy state, your brain waves are more deeper, and that way you can get inspirations more, you can get insights, and also it really helps you manifest things. I'm a true believer in that. I have actually done a lot in my life where I have manifested a lot of things. So all of that really goes into my routine when it comes to manifestation too. I think that meditation is a huge part of it, and my favorite time to do it is in the early morning as soon as I wake up. Sometimes you don't have the time. I know that some people have to go to school immediately, or maybe they slept in, so you can actually do it later throughout the day. I just think for myself personally, if I do it as soon as possible, that it's the easiest way to get done. Then the next thing is I like to journal / write down my goals. And honestly, yesterday, with a lot of work and everything, sometimes you feel a little bit frustrated, a little bit let down. But when you start journaling about positive aspects of your life and kind of using it as a therapy session to get rid of all of the negative things, it actually really helps because you start to feel that your mood is seriously uplifted. I mean, it's day and night. I journaled for about 30 minutes last night before bed, and I was in such a terrific mood. And this morning I woke up, did my meditation, and again journaled for like about 20 minutes. And essentially how I like to do it is start out by kind of writing down all of the things that I'm grateful for, whether it's things that are going out of my life. And if you don't have anything, you can just make something up. Honestly, like maybe you watched a good movie and it made you laugh. Even the little things, it basically works as an effect as something small starts out, and then it leads you to a better thing. And by the way, if you have any questions, do leave them in all the chats. I will get to them after I'm done explaining this situation. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, the journaling, right? So with the things you're grateful for, and then I like to write down my life as it has happened. So it really depends on my mood. If I feel like I need to vent about something or put something in a more positive light, I write about that in a positive way, or I kind of vent out and say, but this could happen in a better way, right? Or if I'm feeling normal, I will just write out kind of how I envision my life. For example, I woke up feeling energetic. I love getting ready. I had a healthy breakfast. I had a great workout. I checked my business stats and they were amazing. It's things like that, right? I invested X amount into stocks this week and I'm on the uprise for the next coming weeks, and my closet is nice and organized, just pretty much everything you want. And I'm excited for my upcoming travel plans, all of those things. And it really makes you feel so much, I love these questions. I'll get to them too. It really makes you feel very, very uplifted. And in the same time, I kind of incorporate everything. So I also incorporate my goals into that. So if there's a goal that I haven't reached yet, then I will say, I'm so happy that, right now this is happening. Thank you so much, everybody, for the very positive comments that you're leaving. So yeah, that's what I like to start out with. And another thing I do is I actually read as well. So I try to do this in the morning as soon as I wake up. Sometimes I get to it in the afternoon or something, or in the evening time, but I always make it a priority to do that. I put a book right next to my nightstand, so I always make sure that that's always kind of a priority. And it's really easy to do. I read it, I underline the important parts, so then I can go back and kind of re-highlight or reread the highlighted part. So it makes it really easy. And actually a lot of the times it seems so perfect that the part in the book I'm reading is actually so incredibly relatable to what's happening in my life now, and how I can use what I've learned in the book to implement to my life. The current book I'm rereading is The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. I've actually read this book probably at least 5 times, either read it or on Audible. And I just think it's so good. I keep rereading it. It just has really good life principles in there. So that's the one I'm reading now. So that's kind of my staple throughout the day. Of course, it's long and filled with long hours of work, usually in this office over here, of my businesses that maybe you don't know. I have product-based businesses, and then filming for both of my YouTube channels, helping out students that I train in business, and a lot of it is also making content. So it's just kind of that routine. And then throughout the day, when I have time, I do like to sometimes fit in extra meditations, extra reading, and basically listening to videos or certain things that can really help me in life and help me develop myself. Another thing I want to recommend for everybody is not letting kind of negative feeling momentum bring you down. So I know a lot of the times if something bad happens, people just kind of go on that rotation and go down that path of, maybe you got a bad phone call that you didn't like, so you keep thinking about it throughout the day, right? Or you got bad news, or maybe your relationship with someone isn't working well, or even something small and irritating. Like for me, it's really silly. One of my biggest pet peeves is the gardener people at like 8 a.m. with those leaf blowers. That is so, I wake up all zen, right? And then it's like this loud noise for hours sometimes. Oh my goodness. And it's funny because the community does it one day, the neighbors do it a different day, and then the neighbors to the other side do it a different day, and then our house does it a different day. So it seems sometimes it's a little bit irritating. So that's so that's that. But the one thing I really like to do is get myself out of those mindsets as soon as possible. And one thing that helps is affirmations. So, the I am feeling great, I'm feeling good, things like that. Whatever situation you're in, you can make stuff up on your own. But I also have something I want to recommend, because I actually designed this a very, very long time ago. I made my own affirmation cards, and I wanted to give you guys access to it. So I wrote out 52 affirmations for health, wealth, love, and purpose. So basically for money, right? If you want more money, there's like over 10 cards about that. If you want to feel vibrant and alive and healthy, there's cards for that. If you want to feel like you have purpose and you're heading towards a good direction in life, there's cards for that as well. And love, of course, relationships, not just romantic ones, but friendships and kind of with family. So I just wanted to put those out because sometimes it really helps to, they're in the link of my YouTube, they're in the link of this video. I'm going to post them in the comments for anybody that wants to check them out. But I literally did these all myself, and I worked with an artist to design them. So I'm really proud of them because I think they embody everything I believe in. So if you guys are interested, really get those. I mean, I go through them and they just make me feel so good, because sometimes it's hard to make them up yourself. So what you can do is stick them on a mirror, put them on your car dashboard, which actually one of the people I listen to, I love for Law of Attraction, is Abraham Hicks, and she says she puts these really positive affirmation cards on her window dash all the time. I wonder if I can attach them here. I can, okay. Maybe, hold on a second. I will need to attach these cards in the stream. I don't know. I'm not very tech savvy all the time. There will be a question. Hold on one second. Hopefully this live doesn't cut out. There will be a question segment at the end of this too. I'm seeing all of your questions. I just wanted to kind of get through the beginning stages of this talk, so people tuning in later on replay can watch the basis of it, and maybe if they're not so interested of listening to the Q&A, that's going to be for the end. But I love hanging out with everybody. One second. Oh, by the way, I'm thinking of putting together an event, like a live event, where we are all going to discuss certain things and help us all improve in life. That's kind of something that's in the works as well. I'm gonna make more announcements, and I have so many awesome things coming out that's gonna help everybody. And by the way, in the live, I just sent a link to the affirmation cards. If anybody wants them, I definitely think it's amazing, because again, you just go through these every single, you can do it multiple times a day, in the morning, in the afternoon, whenever you're really feeling down. It really helps. So I really suggest taking a look at those. Yes, so I guess we can get to the questions. That's pretty much all I want to say. And another thing is to really stick to the routine that you have, because it will set you up for the day, and it's going to be something that's always in your life, like very specific, and it really sets you on the right path and on a very confident path. Okay, so let me get through some of the questions. Do you have any advice on how to not feel overwhelmed with everything? I'm currently working on my health and trying to get in shape, also trying to buy more elegant clothing. Sometimes I feel drowned. Yes, I think we all feel like that, honestly. I know I do too, because it feels like there's so many overwhelming things happening. But I do want to say that one thing that put me on the right track was thinking, if I'm not having fun in life, then why am I doing this? Why am I doing anything, right? And that really brought me down to earth really quick, because there's so much we want to try to achieve in one day. We keep, we have work, we have school, we have workouts, whatever it may be. and sometimes it feels overwhelming, but the whole point of you being on this planet is for you to have a good time and do something that you love and do something that's impactful for you. And if you're not having a fun time doing that, then why are you even doing it, right? So what I like to put in the mindset of when it feels overwhelming is, okay, so maybe working out feels overwhelming at that time. However, your body loves it, even though you may feel like you're in pain for it, but your body is grateful that you're doing all of this because you're being more healthy, you're coming closer to your dream body, things like that, right? And in the end, it's the result you want, and you're going to be very, very happy. And you just need to learn to love the process, is what I'm saying. So even when you're shopping for outfits, sometimes it's hard to find things that really fit you, in an elegant and classy way. But you need to learn that sometimes it takes time. When you're looking for something for hours and say you're not finding anything that's perfect, that's okay. There will be a day where you log on and you see something, and it's easy. And you're like, wow, this looks like it's my style. This fits me so well. This shoe's perfect, right? And that way, it just flows easily. So I guess when you start appreciating the process and when you start appreciating life for what it is, things will come easier and you will feel less overwhelmed. If you feel overwhelmed doing something, that maybe it's a good time to step back, relax, and realize that nothing is going to kind of improve if you get everything you want in this moment in time, even though it seems like it. But if you are not happy in your moment right now, you're not going to be happy even when you have everything that you possibly want. So you have to really train yourself to be enjoyment of this moment and to find any happiness in the moment. And sometimes if you don't feel like doing it, it's okay not to do it in that exact second. Honestly, it really is okay. Okay, so let's move. Thank you for all the comments. How to be more confident in social situations. This one is, I guess I could say, is practice makes perfect. I don't think anyone is really born with confidence. Even if you see kind of younger kids that are more confident or teenagers that are more confident than others, sometimes people assume that they were born confident, but the truth is it's probably back to parenting, how they were parented, how they were raised. They were raised to be a confident person, right? Some people don't get raised that way. Not that it's a bad thing, it's just maybe the house dynamic was a little bit different. So some people have to compensate for that at an older age, and they have to learn these skills of confidence. But everything in our life is a skill. Confidence is a learned skill. Riding a bike is a learned skill. Talking, our body language, our tone of voice, the type of lexicon we have, the things we testing. Let me make sure that I'm good on here on YouTube. Yes, that is exactly right, Ann Rivers. Not sure what USPA is, but this is Ralph Lauren, Mamoy. I think. Thank you. Yeah, I like this brand because it has a lot of options for like these polos. So they're really great for a casual look. This is another thing I like for if you're trying to be casual. It's really comfortable material, and they have a lot of different colors, so it really goes well with different skin tones. So it's a good, you guys can look on their website. I think we're back. Are we back on here? Let me make sure we're back on YouTube. Okay, let me know on YouTube if you can all hear me. It's because my computer is at 1%, so I didn't notice that. I've been using it all day without it being plugged in. Thank you. Let me scroll back to the top so I can try to get through all the questions. Thank you for all the positive comments. So, let's see. I might have to end my YouTube stream. Can you guys still hear me on YouTube, or is it out? And if any of you want to go to my YouTube as well, it is Intomili Lady. Okay, so I'm just going to answer the question of confidence. So like I was saying, okay, yes, I think I can hear, people can hear me. It's really a trained skill. You just have to practice it, honestly. You have to, it's the self-talk that you give to yourself of, I'm a confident person, and, you know, oh, I think it's working. Sorry, I'm just really trying to make sure that the live is actually going through. Anyways, yeah, so it's the talk that you give yourself of, I'm actually a confident person, right? And if you believe it, then you will be confident. And it's practicing, it's actually putting yourself out there, it's going to events, it's networking with people, making eye contact with people without feeling kind of nervous about it. Maybe taking speaking classes. I was actually in Model United Nations all through high school, so I had 4 years of practice public speaking, and at first it felt a little awkward, you know, because you're not used to that, but then it forces you to the point where it feels fine. And it's also about like exposure. The more you expose yourself to it, the more it works. And plus,